We have two major Apex Legends esports tournaments right around the corner, the Esports World Cup and the ALGS Split 2 playoffs. Obviously, the group stages are out for this as well. We now know the groups in each, or the teams in each group, but these are also different groups. We've got the Esports World Cup groups and the ALGS Split 2 playoff groups. How are these going to stack up against one another? Obviously, what are the differences? What will the formats be like, and which ones are coming up first? So let's dive into what just recently happened and kind of some of the scrim results behind it and how these teams are stacking up. Also, some updates to rosters, not necessarily any major roster changes, but we do have an update on the official Battlefy stuff as well. So let's take a look into it. Firstly, the ALGS Split 2 playoff. These groups are finally out. Let's dive in, let's talk about them, and then we'll compare these to the Esports World Cup. So first off, Group A for the ALGS Split 2 playoffs. You've got Fnatic, Navi, Luminosity, Space Station, Passion UA, HAO, Interforce 36, Dreamfire, NRG, and Shadow 3690. This is the Chinese invited team from the Dream Cup. And then you've got Group B. By the way, I don't think this group is necessarily like, I don't think they're a bad group. I do think that this is probably not the most stacked group, and I'll talk more about that in just a second, but I do think that this is one of the more stacked group, right? LG and Space Station and Fnatic being all the same group. You got to make mention of it, right? It is a very powerful group. Not trying to take away from that, but just take a look at what this next group is. Group B, Team Falcons, Alliance, FaZe Clan. You've got your North American champions, your EMEA champions. Alliance is like the second almost champions for the EMEA, but kind of sort of should have been the champions for EMEA. Anyways, X and Y, GHS Professional, Guild Esports, obviously with MT. That's going to be exciting to see. Team Liquid on here as well from North America. Moist Esports, Striders, and EXL from South America. This is the former Leave No Witness team. So very good, talented team from South America as well. Group C is going to be MKers, New J from APAC North, Furia, Game and Gladiators, Go Next, BR Demons, Pioneers, Complexity, Northception, and SWQ. Legends Gaming for Group D, TSM, Noah's Fox, VKG, Fennel, Bleed Esports, Trojan, ExoClan, Cloud9, and SSE X-Ray, one of the Chinese invited teams once again. Now, most importantly, I do have to say, yes, Group B is my favorited, strongest group, I do think. However, what I'm really excited to see is Group B play off against Group D. This is going to be Legends, because think about it. You've got Falcons, Alliance, FaZe Clan, Not Moist, and Liquid going up against Legends Gaming, right? APAC South's top team, TSM, right? You've got the former, Hal and versus Vertholst and Reps and all that stuff going on. Then you've got Bleed Esports down here as well with Raven and so you're going to have a lot of these former teammates battle it out against each other, and you've got like all the region's best, right? You got TSM, second best in North America, Falcons, best in North America, Legends Gaming, best in APAC South. Then you've got FaZe Clan, best in EMEA, Alliance, maybe the best in EMEA, like very close second. So like these are really stacked in my opinion. Personally, a big fan of Group B versus D. Cannot wait to see that match go on. However, not to take away for the rest, Group A is also a really solid, talented group. Fnatic is not to be messed with right now. These guys are on a roll, and they do not need to be undermined. Take a look at what happened last split. When we did that, of course, Reject Winity came out and on fire. So interested to see how all of this stuff plays out. Also, just kind of like not a dark horse moment, but a team I'm really looking out for, Space Station. I think Space Station is next level, generational Falcons level talent. And you're not seeing that Falcons domination, right? And I'm interested to see if Space Station take it to that level in this upcoming event. Also wanted to mention the ALGS Split 2 playoff tickets are on sale. Of course, you guys can pick these up if they're still available. Not sure how long these are going to last before they sell out, if they sell out, but interested to see how it all goes down. Of course, also we've got the Esports World Cup coming right around the corner. So let's explain some of this, because many people have been asking me questions. I've been getting a lot of DMs like, what's the format look like, and how do these groups, how are they different? Is it any different than ALGS? How easy is it going to be to follow? It's actually a pretty simple concept, so let's talk about it. Group A, you have two groups in the Esports World Cup coming up, and we'll talk about these scrim results and how they're looking as well. Group A is going to be 20 teams rather than, the ALGS style of 10 teams. So instead of 10 teams of 4 groups, it's going to be 2 teams of 20 groups, right? Hopefully that makes sense to you. Falcons in Group A, Disguise, Reject Winity, Crazy Raccoon, Aurora, NIP, Twisted Minds, which by the way is Legends Gaming, Guild Esports, EXL, Evos Predator, Team Liquid, Luminosity, GHS, Red Rams, FaZe Clan, Game and Gladiators, MKR, Geek Esports, Fennel, and Pioneers, all Group A, right? These guys will be playing against one another. And then you've got Group B, another pretty stacked group. This is TSM, Not Moist, Elevate, Space Station, Fnatic, Riddle, HAO, Northception, Navi, Alliance, Passion UA, Blacklist International, Weibo Gaming, LGD Gaming, Virtus Pro, Heroes, Dragon Esports, DMS, and NRG, and TIE or TIE. So let's take a look at the format, right? You've got two groups, pretty stacked, pretty solid against one another. This seems like a pretty even, fair group like you would see in the ALGS as well, right? So what's the difference of the format? Well, because you have 20 teams in these groups, here's how it'll work. Group stage will be 40 teams will be split two into, two even groups of 20. And then look at this. This is a little interesting and a little bit abnormal, I guess. They will compete in a series of 10 games, not 4, not 6, not 8, right? 6 and 8 are kind of the normal ALGS standard, back and forth, whatever. 6 has kind of been the standard as of late, though. 8 was kind of one of those for scrims. But anyways, 10 games. This is going to be a very, very long series. 9 teams, the top 9 teams from each group will advance to the finals, right? That you may be like, what? 9 teams? ALGS is 10 teams. Yeah, this one's a little bit different. We'll explain it. So 9 teams going into the finals from each group. That gives you obviously 18 teams. So the 10th through 19th place teams will be basically advanced to the last chance qualifier. And this is not the same as the ALGS last chance qualifier. Basically, last chance is kind of the loser bracket, if you will. And so 20th place teams will be eliminated. So one team will be eliminated from group play. If you get dead last, you're eliminated. So that means you've got 20th place eliminated on both groups. So now you've got 10 people inside of the last chance bracket, and then you've got 18 people inside of the winners finals. Then last chance bracket will be 20 teams in another series of 10 games. The top 2 teams will advance to the finals, and the 3rd through 20th place teams are eliminated. I honestly kind of like it. It makes it to where the elimination bracket is no longer really a thing. It makes it to where like you are very, very limited on how to get into the finals, right? Like normal ALGS, the top 10, it's a constant top 10 progression. And I get it, and I do like the simplicity of ALGS, but I do think that this kind of rewards those teams that do good a little bit more than coming out of the elimination bracket and just going into the finals. However, ALGS did have a little bit of a head start. You get those finals points already, but I never was a fan of that anyway. So, and then of course after that you will start the finals. So let's take a look at the scrim results as of late. How are these teams stacking up against one another? Believe it or not, NIP obviously struggling in ALGS regional finals just a couple of days ago has found their way inside of Esports World Cup, and it's been a sight to see. You've actually got no North American teams in the top 3 here from last night's results from Group A. Group A played off against each other, and this was the Falcons group and all of that stuff. NIP in first place, Crazy Raccoon in second, Alliance in third, Red Rams in fourth, EXL in fifth, Guild in sixth, Evos in seventh. Not a single North American team up here in the top 7. Pioneers finally do it in 8th place, Falcons in 9th place, Liquid Alienware in 10th place, Twisted Minds in 11th, LG, SSG, Fennel, Aurora, FaZe Clan, Recheck, Winity, Gaming Gladiator, GHS, and MKers in that bottom 10. Very interested, obviously, because this is not the normal teams I would have predicted in this group to be up here. But of course, these are just scrim results. Things change every single day. Then going into Group B, you only had 18 teams. Hard to take this stuff always as serious if they're not really a full lobby. Anyways, Alliance in first, Space Station in second, TSM in third. And because of this, of course, a lot of these teams are still doing the same thing. They're kind of playing in each other's groups to kind of fill lobbies. But anyways, Mizuchi in fourth, Pioneers in fifth, Blacklist in sixth, NRG, Team Falcons, Elevate, Northception, DMS, Fnatic, Dragons, Navi, HAO, TIE, Virtus Pro, and Weibo Gaming in your 18th position. So interested to see how all of this stuff falls into place. SSG obviously is a team that I've been saying to look out for. They did finally make their announcement with Afro James, whatever you want to call him. He has been their coach for quite some time. Of course, they parted ways with Dan not long ago, and we saw that Afro was actually on, or he's under James the name, but he was on the Battlefy transaction, and this has been their new coach for quite some time. Now we'll see obviously if this has any effect with their placements or consistency or anything like that. And also just interested on how much viewership this Esports World Cup does get and the coverage it gets, and how big will it be, because there's been a lot of people talking about the Esports World Cup for other games that have been going on, and there's really not been that much advertising for it, not been that much viewership going on for it, I feel like, as of late. So maybe this will step up. Maybe Apex will be a little bit different. Maybe it's just different if you're involved in those scenes, but I have not seen like anything for all these other games going on. And so maybe that's an unfortunate sight to see. Also, someone has come out basically with a lot of ALGS Split 2 viewership, how things looked. Apparently this has been very misleading. People in the comments were not happy. Like a Genome had even said, like, you know, this makes no sense that Apex South viewership fell significantly. We hit our biggest year by multiples, and in large part having access to the Play Apex channel. No idea what Blood is waffling about here. So maybe all of this stuff isn't exactly as accurate as it could be, but it looks like APAC North, according to these esport charts, APAC North did have the most viewership, or hours watched, I should say. And then also North America was closely behind. EMEA has not been very good, and APAC South doesn't seem to be very accurate as well. So obviously these are real charts, but there seems to be a lot of disconnect, or maybe some reason that caused all of this. But I do think that the EMEA scene sadly is not getting the viewership that I wish it would, and maybe just in general the ALGS possibly not getting the viewership we all wish it did. But of course, times are changing, things are getting really out of hand with Apex, and people are talking about this whole battle pass drama. EA investor call is in 2 weeks, and we're interested to see if there's any discussion about how bad Apex has been negatively perceived as of late. Their game on Steam has now moved from mostly negative reviews in the last 30 days to overwhelmingly negative. So it's very unfortunate to see all the drama come out. They've been hiding replies, people that comment on their stuff talking about the issues. Even Kimchi was going on the other day talking about, you know, I need help paying for the battle pass because you guys are making it so expensive. So it sucks, man, and I really hate to see the game go down the route that it is. I hope that esport is not going to, you know, suffer from it as well. I do think the esport side is carrying Apex as a whole. We need to cultivate this more. We need to allow it to do so, and I'm interested to see how it all works in the end. Let us know down in the comments below what your thoughts are on the entire ALGS Apex Esports World Cup scene for Apex, and until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.